The boat is a mess this week.
Check it out. I'm Roberta.
And I'm Duca.
And for the past year, we have been building our own tiny shipping container house, so we can travel around knowing that we will always have this little place that we can call home.
But guess what? We just found our dream project before we expected. This abandoned sailboat. So we are gonna stop building the house for a couple months to bring our boat back to life. And then we're gonna go back and finish the house. What's going on here?
Seems that we were in a war.
Yeah, look at that. We took all these off around this hatch. Yeah, we know that's not in good shape, but we already knew that. We just didn't know we were gonna do it this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we took this one off, also. This one off.
And on the bedroom.
And this one off.
Oh yeah.
This entire one off. And all these off. Why did we do all that?
I think we need to go outside to show you why we do that.
Yeah, we did that because of this.
Once we started to hit the rust, we discovered that we have some holes.
Yeah, so we pretty much have, I don't know, like 5-6 holes like these ones. And as we are on the dry, it's the best time to do that. And as we're gonna paint the entire boat, that's the perfect time to fix the holes and weld small plates here, right?
Yeah, we are gonna weld some plates on this, but in order to do that, we need to take all the interior off, otherwise it's gonna burn. Yeah,
it's gonna burn because the weld is really hot, and then there is EPS inside, and then we can just throw fire on the whole boat. We don't want to do that. And basically, before you say that the boat is in bad shape, we knew about that.
Yeah, before we bought it.
Before we bought it. So now all we need to do is to cut this piece off and to weld a small plate in this, that, and that, and the other. And for that, we count with some help this week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We had some friends over for the weekend, and they helped us to take the whole ceiling apart. And they're actually our patrons.
Yeah, it's so good when a patron is actually handy.
Yeah.
They can give some hand and help us.
Yeah, João and Lina, they are the couple that are our patrons that actually introduced us to this boat.
Yeah.
He knew a guy that owned this, he's like third generation of someone that knew this boat.
His friend's a friend of the former owner.
So he is the one that showed us the boat and gave us the boat to buy, and that's pretty cool.
He was anxious to know the boat personally, so
but
came here.
But you're talking too much already. Let's show you some action, and these are João and Lina, our good friends. Let's get started.
So we have friends today.
Hello.
Hello.
One day we'll finish that.
Yes.
Eventually.
Probably.
The hard thing is to put back in place and knowing where are all the pieces, but
it's like a puzzle. So our ceiling is made of laminated, plywood, EPS, in the galvanized steel.
Well, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, right?
Let me show you that.
We need to make a t-shirt, bro. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Uh-oh.
Not great, though.
I'm gonna show you the outside. There was these. They're working now. Is this one? Hello, guys.
Probably. Hello.
So we need to weld this. And this.
Come in.
That mean too?
Coming. Yes. Coming.
Only one panel that we couldn't take off. We still need to, I don't know, find out how to do it, but we'll do it eventually. Good for today.
Done?
Okay. See you tomorrow.
Our first patrons to try the booze.
Hey there.
This is how many years? Scotch, Tennessee.
Oh, this is we're gonna just try the open ones.
Yeah, we are gonna
These I don't know how old is.
keep the sealed one
I mean,
sealed.
Okay.
It's at least 22.
If there's no seal, the seal is broken, alright?
It's broken?
Yeah, it's broken. Look at that. Huh?
You can try.
Oh, and it's not full. And we can try.
I don't like whisk, man.
Okay.
First trier,
Good.
still alive.
Yes.
Good.
Good.
It's really good.
At least 22 years. At least 22 years. That's 15 years old plus 22. That means 22, 37, and that's open.
37 open.
You wanna try this?
They're gonna be drunk really soon. Bad news.
Well, we lost all the footage of our friends drinking, trying all the booze.
The only one that we have is that one that we show.
Yeah, somehow we deleted. I don't know how. It's just too many videos at the same time, and we lost that one. Sorry, guys. Really, really sorry. But we guarantee you that was a fun day. Yeah, they try every single bottle that was open.
They even got one for gift.
Yeah.
Wedding gift.
That's cool, yeah. They're gonna get married next month. We are gonna go to the wedding actually, and we gave as a gift the bottle. And by the way, just before you guys say anything, João is a doctor. He's an anesthesiologist, so he knows about chemicals. He studies chemicals and was on his own risks. He said he wanted to try. We didn't make him do anything. That was his own choice, right?
Yeah.
And Lina trusts him, so you know they try and they like it actually.
And they are alive.
Yeah. So now we can tell you that liquor after 22 years sitting there, it's fine.
Even if it's open.
Even if it's open. Yeah, so let's keep going. Finally. It's not that bad.
No.
Finally we did it. The reason why we are doing all this mess here is because the screws for this panel were underneath this piece of wood, and this is perfect glue, the whole frame, and we didn't want to take this frame off. And here we have a trim, and the trim can hold that in place, so it's gonna be fine to cut. I don't think it's gonna be a problem.
No.
So we did it, at least this.
Good
One
job.
less problem.
So the idea is to be inside with a wet cloth.
And a fire extinguisher.
And fire extinguish and masks.
Well, we have good and bad news, so let's show you what I mean.
Good news. We fixed all the holes around the hatches.
These were all rust problems that we fixed. This was a problem created by the wooden frame around the hatches that when this boat was made, they built with this wooden frame. We found a boat just like ours to show you what we mean. That makes it a lot easier to understand. So here's some image of this boat.
So this was the twin boat that were here in the same marina that we are.
Yeah, it's so cool because we went inside and it's exactly the same boat inside. It's crazy. Yeah, but basically this wooden frame would hold water in between the plate of the boat and the wood, and that would help to create rust with time.
Yeah.
But this problem is solved. The other one that we didn't solve yet.
That's the bad news.
Yeah, that's the bad news.
We have some rust here but we don't know how it got rusted. But the bad news is not this. It's not that we don't know how it was created. The bad news is that we need to take apart a piece of furniture inside, and it's all glued.
Yeah, basically we didn't figure out yet how to take apart what we need inside. It's just we've been working on that for a week, and it's just right in between the head and the saloon, in an area that if we need to take both panels off, it's just like half of the side of the boat.
What are you doing?
We need to take this off. That's not good, but we need to do it. We have some patches to do on the welding outside, and there is EPS inside here, so if we weld outside, it's gonna put this on fire, so we need to take this whole thing off. We're trying to fix every single bad spot on the steel of the hull, otherwise in the future we will need to fix again, and we don't want to fix again anytime soon, so sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, right? And if you do it right, you do it once. If you do it wrong, you do many times, so let's try to do it right. More good and bad news. Look at that. I don't know if you can see. You see the beginning of the hole right there. And the good news is we could open this and now we can weld on here. But we believe that the hole will come all the way to here. And then is the worst could be, because then we need to take this whole one piece off. But we're gonna try first to create a hole on the worst spot outside and see where it's gonna land. We're gonna see if it's here or there. Let's try it out. It's really thin. See?
How about
No, now we go out inside and see where this is, and then we can measure.
3 fingers?
So let's see. We need at least 3 fingers after that, at least. Fingers crossed now. Yeah, that we basically don't have 3 fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bad news.
we're really close. We're really far. I mean, we're really close actually.
Bad news. We're gonna need to take all this, and it's really well glued. And we also have this frame here that's all glued.
But actually, wait. Need to examine it now to see how bad this is. Yeah, we have like 2 fingers this way.
We're gonna think, and then we're gonna show you. We have good news.
Not necessarily. We think we might have good news. Seems like the hole is on the high spot, so maybe we don't need to take this off. We just need to have the panel off.
So now we are gonna take this part of the panel off.
You guys must be tired of us just this mess, right? They just like going for. So let's skip this part and go straight. Not straight. We're just gonna film some time lapses, and then we're gonna show you what
the final result.
Yeah, the final result.
What's the plan?
The plan is to use this fiberglass cloth to stick inside so we don't get the wood in fire or the EPS. This is basically to protect the heat of coming through these pieces of wood so we can weld. Let's hope it works. But also we are waiting for the welder. He's gonna bring some argon gas, so we're gonna insert gas on the back so we avoid fire. That's the plan. Finally, we finished all the welds of the hull of the boat. Check it out. This used to be the big hole. Here one, and there another one. By the way, this gray color, it's a Intershield 300 from International. That's just a treatment for the steel to make sure the welds and the new plate won't rust. And then we're gonna give the finish in the future. But we're gonna talk about painting in the future episode because there is a lot more on the painting side of the boat.
There is some welds that we didn't show on this episode.
Yeah, we're gonna show you in a future episode also because...
There is a cool thing about the welding.
Yeah. I took some classes of TIG welding, but that's for the future.
Yeah.
And also, we didn't finish this yet. I mean, he did finish. We just need to trim and get right in the right position.
It's not easy to do the angle that we need there.
But we are working on that. Other than that, we already started working on the painting. As you can tell, a lot of intershoot around the deck. By the way, that's all covered because it's a rainy weekend this weekend. So we decided to cover just to guarantee we don't get water on the cockpit because the hatch for the engine is open.
Oops.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Talking too much.
Talking too much. We broke a record this week.
That's so cool.
Yeah, we had an insane amount of new patrons coming on board to support us and help us to achieve our goal to finish the refit of our sailboat. And that's amazing how the world has so many generous people that are willing to help some strangers all the way in the south of Brazil. But yeah,
welcome on board, guys.
Yeah,
the list is really big,
so get a mug, get some coffee, relax and enjoy the list of new patrons.
Sorry for the mispronouncing because they are not Brazilian names, so some of them we don't know how to pronounce, but we are gonna try.
Yeah, we're gonna give our best because sometimes it's tough.
Wolf,
Robert,
Spike,
Olaf,
Sailly Broken Hollow,
Marel,
Ilja,
Christian,
Sailly Roxane,
John,
Tom and Rocky,
Restrops,
Mike,
Roger,
Jonathan,
Sinesh HD,
Martin,
Robin,
Zoltan,
Dave,
Alex,
Casey,
Carrie,
Scott,
Tim,
Paul,
Dominic,
George,
Ken,
Michael.
Jeremy.
Guys, thanks so much. We really, really, really appreciate the support.
Yeah.
And we see you guys next week, next Monday. See you guys. The wall in between the bathroom and the main room. So it's just like the saloon. Yeah, it's in between the saloon and the galley. The head. Yeah. It's just stuff.